Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the Gamer, and I'm back here again with another episode of Batman Arkham City. And the last time that we left off, we finally found all the rest of our remaining Riddler collectibles for Batman and Catwoman, and we found Catwoman's loot. Now we are on our way to save Riddler's hostages and finally beat up the Green Maniac. Let's get going. Here we go. Here is our first hostage room of the episode. I believe we have 3, maybe 4 left. Are you up to the challenge? It asks, and the answer is, of course. Also, keep in mind, you guys, that this will not be the last episode of Batman Arkham City, because right before we do this challenge, we have the DLC, Harley Quinn's Revenge, that tells the story of what happens after Joker's death in Arkham City, and obviously it has to do with Harley. And then we also will have a bonus episode listening to all character tapes and reading their bios. If we can fit it in the same episode, reading all Arkham stories, we are going to have a bonus episode of just some cool little missable things throughout the game. There will be an episode where I do New Game Plus, all boss fights, no hit, but that will be just its own video further in the future because I'm planning to do that with a lot of games. There will be a showcase episode of the concept art and the character trophies that you can unlock. And then finally, there will be all hints to Arkham Knight in Arkham City, and then we will get on with the Arkham series. So, let's go.
I've done it. This is one puzzle you cannot solve. I've studied your techniques, reviewed your childish gadgets, and there is nothing in your arsenal that can help you defeat this group. The hostage will die, and I will be victorious.
Are you sure? Because we're going across the water right now with our freeze platform. You really need to do more studying.
What? How did you... Where did you... This is cheating. Do you hear me? Cheating!
I love how whiny he sounds. What? How did you... This is cheating! You hear me? Cheating! How is it that we have to do this? Ah, that's how. Okay. Once again, Nick Arundel and the people whom I'm sure worked on the soundtrack for Batman Arkham City are absolutely fantastic. Even for something as simple as this Riddler hostage room, listen to that track in the background. It's so cool. It looks like we are going to have to go this way.
Are you feeling the pressure?
Oh dear.
You're okay now. He gave you a number.
He did. Oh no. What was it?
It's important. You need to remember them.
Oh, yes, it was 606 by 120.
You need to rest here and then make your way back to the church if you feel up to it. I need to go after Riddler.
Puzzler is our trophy for saving our third hostage, and also I really like that you can hear Batman trying to comfort the doctor there, but also trying to gently but firmly tell her it's okay, but I need you to do this for me. Can you do that? I forget which writer said this, but there was actually a writer on Batman. I believe it might have been Alan Moore, but that might be a mistake. If it is, forgive me. But there was a Batman writer one time who said that if you cannot envision your Batman comforting a small child like the age that he was when his parents were shot, then you have not written a good Batman. You have just written the Punisher in a skin-tight batsuit, and I really like that quote. And also, it's very true, and you could imagine that with the Arkham Batman and with the way that Kevin Conroy put all those subtle nuances in his voice.
Riddle me this. I'll be right under your feet in the midday sun. You cannot lose me, no matter how you run. What am I?
Let's find out, shall we?
You actually managed to complete enough challenges, Dark Knight. If you think you can hear me clapping, then you are obviously suffering from some sort of delusion, for I am doing no such thing. Solve my riddle, and find the hostage. No, this is not happening. Did you cheat? Of course you did. It's the only way. Well, it ends. Here's the next location. You won't be able to cheat your way past this problem.
Funny, considering it's all coming from the guy who is cheating. Let's go.
No! You couldn't possibly have done that. How did you... Who helped you? You cheated. I know you cheated. Oh, this isn't over, Dark Knight. Oh, no. Now things get far more difficult. People will die, and you will be to blame.
Speaking of the great Kevin Conroy's voice as Batman, it's actually really cool. A good way of describing how amazing he was as Batman is that Monty Zander, whom I reference quite a bit on this channel because I am a massive fan of his work, he once described Kevin Conroy's Batman as being able to jump the soul of Jesus, and I would say that that's pretty accurate. Riddle me this is painted on this wall.
What kept you? Did you get lost? Were you scared? Did I finally get to you? Have you accepted that I am the winner here? Have I ground you down? Have I made my point? No. Well, this next room will. That, I guarantee.
I don't think so. There's no shame in cheating if you admit you cannot solve my challenges. Are you up to the challenge? Fiddle diddle diddle, answer my riddle. Can you defeat a mind such as mine? Hi diddle diddle, time for a riddle. Are you up to the challenge?
Please, someone!
What's wrong? Scared? Confused? About to die under a rotating mass of steel and sparks? Or is it all three? We turned it off. But for how long?
Conundrum was our password for that, because of course it was.
It's off. But for how long, Dark Knight? I cannot begin to fathom the level at which your primitive brain functions. Allow me to give you some help. Give up and die. Nah. As you look upon my work, your primitive brain must be struggling to comprehend how I have managed all this. It was easy.
What are you doing?
That was an incredible animation.
How the hell did you do that?
Tell me the numbers.
1, 1, 5, 7, 8, 0.
You'll be safe here for now. If you get the chance, head back to the church.
Intellectual is our trophy, and I love that we're getting Riddler's interview tapes not by collecting his riddles and his trophies, but by saving our hostages. I also like to think that imagine the Riddler hostages are just there waiting for us like all night just until we get there. I feel like it would get very painful and tiring just hanging there that whole time, so I like to imagine that either A, Eddie really is that cruel to do that to them and just let them be incredibly sore or have a horrible blood rush by the time it's done, or B, I like to imagine that he's just like sitting here waiting like 5 minutes before we get here, monitoring us on the cameras and with his informant and being like, shit, he's here, put the hostage out.
Riddle me this. Hit me hard and I will crack. But you'll never stop me from staring back. What am I? At last. I suppose I should fulfill my side of the agreement. A riddle for a bat. Can you solve it? How did you do that? Who helped you? Tell me. Actually, it doesn't matter. Come and save the final guard. I'll be as shocked if you don't come and save her as she'll be if you do. How did you do it? Did you cheat? Of course you did. How could I expect anything more from someone like you?
Don't you love how he's using the demeaning gestures as well, like, for example, showing us that we're small-brained there with his index finger and his thumb.
I hope you find Riddler and hurt him for what he did to us. Thanks for saving me. Riddler kept me locked up somewhere before he brought me here. I could hear the others, but I don't know where it was.
Interesting. Maybe we're one step closer to finding out where he is then.
What's good for me and potentially fatal for you, Dark Knight? Don't bother taxing your tiny mind, for the answer is obviously my final puzzle. Will you save this ignorant guard? I'll be shocked if you do.
Help me, please.
As you can see, Dark Knight, that ignorant guard is currently experiencing the shocking sensation of her own mortality. Can you help her without experiencing yours? Can you rise to the occasion and solve this problem? Or will you be left crushingly disappointed? So, you You wrapped your brain around that last puzzle and squeezed out a predictable solution. How will you attempt to solve this next riddle? This challenge was designed by me to defeat you. I do believe it's working.
Honestly, do you know who Riddler sounds like? He honestly reminds me entirely of...
And I'm not shocked that you failed at that.
He honestly reminds me entirely of Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory, with just how egotistical he is and the way he talks.
Fear or stupidity?
Oh dear.
Riddle me this. How can you possibly expect to save that poor guard when it is quite clear that you cannot outthink the simplest of challenges? How many bats does it take to solve my challenge? Obviously more than one.
Bamboozling was our password. You narcissist.
Do you need help, Dark Knight? Brute force approach to a simple conundrum, Dark Knight. How predictable. You weren't supposed to do that! That room was impossible! How did you... Oh, this isn't over, Dark Knight. You may have defeated me tonight, but I'll be back.
Where is he?
I'll deal with Riddler. Just tell me the code.
Code?
He gave everyone else a code. Why didn't he give you one?
He sounded like he thought you'd die in here. I guess he was wrong. Is there anything I can do?
No. Get back to the church when you can. Oracle, we've got a problem. I solved the last Riddler room, but there wasn't a radio frequency.
What's he up to?
I don't think he thought I'd defeat his last room.
That's good, right?
He's still got hostages from the church. If they're still alive, I need to find them. Search every record about the buildings he's used so far. There may be a connection there.
Brain teaser is our trophy.
I'm sorry. I don't know anything about what he's planning. I wish I did. I'll rest up here, then head back to the church. Riddler didn't think you'd survive this room. He kept telling me over and over again how you'd die in here. Seems the smug son of a bitch was wrong.
Right. Listen to me carefully. I still have more of those guards, so... I'll just need a couple of days and I will make a puzzle so taxing that you will never solve it. I will. You'll see.
I think I've found something that links all the Riddler rooms. It looks like they were all owned by a Mr. Fine. He seems to have acted as some sort of property broker.
When was this?
Before Arkham City was built. It's a long shot, I know, but he sold one other property 3 months before Arkham opened. There's no record of who to, but I'm sending you the location now.
Thanks, Oracle. I'll check it out.
Honestly, the real reward for doing all of this is both rescuing the hostages, hearing these really cool conversations between Bats and Barbara, and also hearing Eddie freak the fuck out and being as egotistical as he possibly can be, and also getting his mind blown that there actually is somebody smarter than him. Here's a funny story. I think I cut it out, but in the middle of collecting all of our different trophies and the like, I found this door and questioned, is that a cut developer room? Because just like with Arkham Asylum, this will actually be my first time collecting every Riddler everything for Arkham City. I have only ever done it for Arkham Knight until I posted this series for you guys. There are green footmarks here.
That's right, worms. Keep walking. You remember how to walk, don't you?
Riddler, when I get out of here, I'm gonna hurt you for this. You hear me?
Come now, Mr. Cash. In order to hurt me, you would have to break free from the predicament you currently find yourself in, and attack me in such a way that does not cause me to press this remote detonator, distributing your primitive DNA all over the walls.
I'll do it.
You'll try, I'll give you that. But I doubt you will succeed without blowing yourself up. Oh, and I'm sure I mentioned the remote detonator I have here. One press, Cash. You ignorant buffoons will be all over the walls.
I can walk all night, Riddler.
Good. Let's see if you still feel the same tomorrow.
Riddler's attached explosives to his hostages. If they stop moving, they'll die. I can't get in their way.
We also can't be spotted by those green lights that you can see.
Think you outsmarted me, did you? Well, you didn't. I'll build another puzzle, Batman, and you will die in it. Oh, this is not over. No, that's not good enough. Think harder, Edward.
Keep going.
Do this.
We can do...
What? This cannot be happening. Do you really expect me to fall for this dark night? I know you won't kill me.
True, but you can't say the same about the others, can you?
Get your ass moving, Riddler.
You can't tell me what to do.
Do I need to press the button?
What? No. You'll pay for this, Batman.
You sure this thing won't work?
No. But there's no point in letting him know that, is there?
Genius is our trophy. Riddler neutralized, case file closed, and I love how much joy Cash gets out of doing this to Riddler after they've been forced to do this all night.
What are you doing? You're in my way!
This is great.
I'll keep him walking all night, and when he realizes he's been fooled, I'll drag his ass back to his cell. Leave him with me, Batman. It's payback time.
I'll get out of this thing, and I'll humiliate... What are you doing?
Don't worry, Batman. I'll teach that creep a lesson.
Get out of my way!
If we read up on it in Detective Vision, we can see Riddler helmet. Helmet created by the Riddler to detonate and kill the wearer should the location beam be disrupted or the proximity sensor be triggered. And it's a heart rate of 123, and it's what you get, you little nerd.
here just in time.
You haven't... Get out of my way!
I couldn't have kept going for much longer. You got here just in time. I couldn't have kept going for much longer.
I couldn't have walked for much longer.
Gotham will kneel before... What are you doing? You're in my way!
Makes that evil son of a bitch walk forever. I couldn't have walked for much longer. Thank you. Now, Cash, makes that evil son of a bitch walk forever. Why did he do this to us?
These insects don't deserve to be saved, and they won't be. I'll find a way to have... You'll pay for this!
Thank you.
Leave him with me, Batman. It's payback time.
Police has outdated my status. How are people gonna know what I... Oh yeah, I've been locked up in some freaky-ass prison.
Thought right before we end our episode off that we'd check up on our doctors that we rescued and sent back to the church.
Thank God it's you, Batman. I just heard from Cash. They're all fine. You did it. I was gonna ask what Sharp did to deserve being thrown in here, but seeing as how I remember what he did back at the asylum, I think this may just be the place for him. Sounds like Cash is having some fun with Riddler. Maybe Vicky Vale should ask Sharp about where all the lunatics from the asylum ended up.
Thanks for getting me out of that freak show. Have you found Riddler yet? When you do, how about you bring him over here and let me and Denny over there have 5 minutes alone with him?
Thanks for saving me back there. Hope you had a chance to stick your fist in Nigma's face.
Thank you, Batman. It took me a while to get all the way back here.
I like that this prisoner, if you use detective vision, is not dead. He's just unconscious, and the doctor is fulfilling the Hippocratic Oath that she took and watching over him. Also, sorry you guys, I was recording, but I accidentally messed up and turned the recording off, so we didn't catch it, but there is dialogue that this guard, Eddie Burlow, can give us about... I just talked to Anne over there and she said there are no more Riddler rooms. Where are the others? And also something to the effect of, thanks for saving me back there, and wondering where Riddler is, I believe. That's why that dialogue played out when we talked to him there.
Is this night over yet? I made it. I couldn't have done it without you.
I owe you my life. I won't forget that. Why did Riddler do all this?
And with all of that out of the way, my friends, I can finally, for the first time ever after playing this game, have the ability to say that that is all of our case files closed. Watcher in the Wings, Shot in the Dark, The Tea Party, Enigma Conundrum, Cold Call Killer, Heart of Ice, Identity Theft, Fragile Alliance, AR Training, Remote Hideaway, Hot and Cold, and Acts of Violence. They are all done now. And with that out of the way, that brings us to the end of one long, fateful night in Batman's career when he was thrown into Arkham City. And I hope that you all have enjoyed and that you are thoroughly looking forward to Harley Quinn's revenge. I cannot wait to show you guys what story that brings to the table, and I am very, very, very excited for you all to see it. I hope that you have all enjoyed. If you want to have an update on what's coming up on the channel, soon I will be introducing a series that I've been waiting a very long time to introduce that is very, very special to me, that I am incredibly excited for. We will also be continuing some of our unfinished series on the channel, such as Undertale, The Last of Us, Hogwarts Legacy, and Alan Wake. And you guys can be expecting, obviously, Harley Quinn's Revenge, Batman Arkham Knight, and then Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. But alongside all of that, we will also be introducing a shorter, probably 2-ish hour horror experience that I'm very, very excited to show you all. And I hope that you are all looking forward to that. And without further ado, remember to please press the like button. It really helps the channel out. Subscribe and turn on the bell so that you never miss another upload. Comment down below so that we could have a conversation. And maybe share the video with your friends and family so that we could spread more positivity to more people. And without further ado, remember to fight the corruption. And I will see you all next time. Love you all.